Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League has to be one of the most controversial continuations of a franchise in gaming history, not only tarnishing the narrative of a beloved franchise, but also making it a live service looter shooter title. It's no secret that the game was received poorly at launch, and developers recently announced the final update, ending development early based on its poor reception. Many fans, like myself, completely wrote this game off at launch, not even giving it a chance. But recently it was free on PlayStation Plus, and I had the perfect opportunity to see if this game was really that bad. So in this video, I'm going to be going for the Platinum Trophy for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, and I'm going to be giving my honest thoughts along the way. This game can be very grindy and repetitive in nature, so for your viewing experience, I'm going to be breaking this video up into several parts, and you can find the timestamps in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Before we start, for those of you who don't know the studio that made this game, Rocksteady is responsible for making arguably the best superhero games of all time, the Batman Arkham trilogy. I highly recommend you either play or watch these games fully to understand why the game being set in the Arkham universe has upset most of the fan base. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be explaining the ending of the trilogy. Obviously, this is going to be a massive story spoiler, so if you plan on playing this, just skip to the timestamp on screen. In the final game of the trilogy, Batman Arkham Knight, Scarecrow unmasks Batman to the world, revealing that Batman is Bruce Wayne. Eventually, he defeats Scarecrow and locks him away, but his secret identity being revealed, he enacts the Nightfall Protocol. This is a contingency plan that was made in case his secret identity was ever revealed, where he blows up his house, destroys the Batcave, and ultimately fakes his death. However, if you 100% the game, you'll get another cutscene showing Bruce is still alive, but now is using a version of the Scarecrow toxin to scare criminals, becoming even more of an urban legend so he can continue to protect Gotham. And for most fans, this was a satisfying conclusion to an amazing trilogy. Now that you have a little bit of context, Suicide Squad picks up 5 years after the events of Arkham Knight. The story starts off with a quick gameplay tutorial that introduces the 4 main playable characters: Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. The tutorial is just like any other game, focusing mostly on the traversal and the combat of all the characters, and completing the tutorial gets us our first trophy. Then we get to see how the Suicide Squad was formed to get a better understanding of the plot of the game. Amanda Waller has made a deal with these iconic villains to release them from jail and reduce their sentences in exchange for going on missions that will most likely get them killed. They also have bombs in their heads to keep them in line while they're on mission. So what's their mission? Oh yeah, just the super simple task of infiltrating an invasion-ridden metropolis and killing the entire Justice League that has been brainwashed by Brainiac with guns. Super simple and totally believable. So believable, in fact, that their own live-action trailer for the game shows what would actually happen if the squad did not have triple-plated plot armor.
Don't you see? They're the bad guys. We get to kill the Justice League.
After the team arrives in Metropolis, we make our way to the Hall of Justice and steal the traversal equipment needed to complete our mission, getting us another trophy. We then find out the Flash is still himself, but is being hunted by a brainwashed Justice League. Waller has us track him down to bring him in for questioning. We eventually catch up with the Flash and try and escort him to safety, but Batman personally comes to take him away. This does not go well.
This is my exit. So long.
This was by far one of the coolest parts of the game. Seeing an evil version of the Batman we all know and love use the same techniques on us as we use in the Arkham trilogy with some well-seasoned nostalgia this game needed. This part of the game was cool until they explain why Batman came out of hiding and joined the Justice League. Their reasoning is that Superman went to Gotham and gave Batman a pep talk, and that was enough for him to join the Justice League. And we didn't even get this in a cutscene. We had to hear all about this from a fucking cardboard cutout in a museum. This completely ruins what we saw at the end of Arkham Knight and just feels like the developers are trying to forcefully push that universe into this game. Batman defeats the squad with ease, beats up the Flash, and takes him back to Brainiac, and we get a trophy. Fair trade in my opinion. After getting our asses beat, we go back to the Hall of Justice to find Wonder Woman is still alive and is trying to find a way to fix the Justice League. Amanda Waller tries to recruit Wonder Woman, but she leaves to try and complete her mission on her own. With the Hall of Justice empty, Waller turns it into a new base of operations for the team, and we get some new costumes. Shortly after, the Riddler hijacks our communications and introduces himself as the reason that I have to go look up a guide on the internet to track down some collectibles in this looter-shooter title. Amanda Waller gives us our next mission. Remember those cool, lootable guns we all need to kill the Justice League? Well, we need somewhere to start, and that's why we're going to go recruit the Penguin, whether he likes it or not. And after recruiting the Penguin, we get another trophy. After seeing how much control Waller has over the team, they had the bright idea to go to LexCorp to try and remove the bombs in their heads. But to no surprise, Waller stops them and asserts her dominance as the alpha male.
I'm your daddy now, Shark. That goes for all of you. I'm your daddy.
After her Karen-level meltdown, we get another trophy. Next, we need to recruit another villain to enhance our team and further push looter-shooter mechanics down our throat, which brings us to recruit Poison Ivy. But wait, didn't she die in Arkham Knight in a final act of selflessness to save Gotham from Scarecrow's toxin? Yeah, she did. But they decided to bring her back as an annoying little shit anyway, so she could put fire on your guns. Bro, can I give this trophy back? After getting further into the game and completing some of its side content, I was able to unlock the trophy for getting any character to level 10. At this point, we're starting to see Brainiac further his invasion on Metropolis by brainwashing the Flash and bringing him to his side. Just as we're about to meet Lex Luthor, the Flash easily captures him and puts him on top of a behemoth, a four-legged super cannon that we're gonna have to destroy to get a trophy. After saving Lex, we find out that he has some Ben 10 Omnitrix looking-ass device that can slow down the Flash. We try to recruit Lex to our team, but I guess the writers decided not to give him any plot armor. Then we're put into a boss battle with a brainwashed Flash, and just as he's about to finish us off, Wonder Woman steps in to save the day. Barry confirms that they cannot be saved and the only way to save the world is to kill the Justice League. So after Waller hears this, she naturally sends us to go kill the Flash, but we're not prepared to do this because the team is not strong enough, so we have to complete more missions to get cooler guns. Spoiler alert, this is the gameplay loop for fighting every single member of the Justice League. After completing some missions and increasing our player level, we're introduced to a new character, Hero, a fan that adores the Justice League and wants to help us free them from Brainiac. He fixes Lex Luthor's Flash slowing technology and gives us a chance to slow down the Flash, making it possible for us to beat him. To get the Flash's attention, we steal Waller's phone and start live broadcasting all over Metropolis. The goal is to make fun of the Flash and draw him out in the open to kill the fastest man alive with bullets.
What? Really?
After a long, drawn-out fight of dodging and counter-shooting the Flash, we finally kill our first member of the Justice League, and Brainiac's ship has a meltdown for us getting another trophy. A mysterious portal appears and Green Lantern shows up to kill us to avenge the Flash. To avoid being killed, we jump through the portal and find ourselves in another Earth. And we also find ourselves in another fucking multiversal story. And the uninteresting narrative award goes to Suicide Squad. I wonder what they're gonna find on this new Earth. Oh my god, it's another Lex. After New Lex explains the multiverse and confirms that any impactful deaths throughout the story won't matter, we get a lengthy and boring escort mission to get us all back to our own dimension. When we arrive, New Lex wants us to keep his identity a secret from Amanda Waller because she was the reason that his Suicide Squad had died in the first place and fears that she might be up to something bad. With his help, we hack Waller's database, and to no surprise, she's a bitch. She wants to use Brainiac's mind control technology for her own personal gain over at Argus. New Lex also helps us break into one of Bruce Wayne's banks, where he has some Yellow Lantern rings already pre-made in case Green Lantern ever needed to be defeated. These Batman contingency plans are really coming in handy. This game brings a brand new, groundbreaking game mechanic that no one in the gaming industry ever could have expected. Shoot all of the green shit. Now the Green Lantern is dead, King Shark rips off the ring and becomes a Green Lantern and manifests a massive shark to take a bite out of Brainiac's defenses. The only thing worse than this story is the dad joke I just made. Waller tries to send a nuke at the ship, killing everyone in Metropolis, but Superman said,
Oh, hell no!
Wonder Woman shows up to confront him, leading to a massive fight between the two, and the fight brings us to the Hall of Justice, leading to a 5-minute cutscene of this. After Wonder Woman dies, New Lex gives us the idea that Superman's DNA might have been changed by Brainiac, and that's why kryptonite no longer hurts him. To test this, we need to find Batman and study his DNA to see if we can find a way to kill Superman. Ivy helps us find potential Batman locations around Metropolis, and Gizmo is building us a Batmobile to access it. At this point, I got excited because maybe I'll be able to drive the Batmobile just like I did in Arkham Knight. Never mind.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
We eventually find the Batcave and a hologram left by Batman to let us know some vital information to the story.
There is no anti-Batman device.
Good to know. Then the Batcave becomes engulfed in fear toxins, splitting up the team. After 20 minutes of pulling levers and some bullshit story beats, we fight a giant fear toxin-based Batman that actually looks pretty cool, and we defeat him. We keep him alive to bring him back to New Lex to study. Within 5 minutes, New Lex has created gold kryptonite that we can now use to kill Superman. With this new material, they made kryptonite bullets and decided to duct tape pieces of this shit all over their costumes. Honestly, if you're looking for a logical explanation as to why the story does what it does,
Stop it.
to draw out Superman, we bring Batman to the middle of Metropolis, and after a long monologue from Harley, she shoots Batman and kills him, which makes Superman show up to avenge Batman's death. We shoot him with our newly acquired kryptonite bullets, and eventually kill him too. It's kind of weird to me how the two most important heroes in the league were killed within an hour of each other, but hey, I'm not a writer, so I don't know anything. After we defeat Superman, we go for a celebratory high five, but are frozen in time due to Brainiac, because he shows up and says, hey, you want to join my new Kolu? He promises us to unlock our potential, but we refuse, and now with the Justice League gone, the only target is Brainiac himself. And this is where the live service really shines through. There's not one, not two, but 13 different Brainiacs all over the multiverse, and we need to kill them all over the course of the next few years. I'm sure people are going to stick around for this. I mean, who would want to miss that? It's at this point the main story is completed, and we are now in the Endgame. The Endgame introduces incursions, which is a fancy term for playing the same missions we've already completed over and over again with an increasing artificial difficulty. We're going to have to complete several incursions to unlock a series of trophies related to the Endgame, but for now, I'm only going to complete a few incursions in order to unlock the final mission where we get to kill our first Brainiac. I also got a trophy for completing my first incursion, and during this time I was able to get Harley to level 30 for another trophy. The final mission to defeat Brainiac was honestly really disappointing. Brainiac just turned himself into the Flash, and the boss fight was just a reskin of the fight we had earlier in the game. Man, Rocksteady is really nailing these live service stereotypes, aren't they? They must have had Bungie on the phone when they were making this game. I can make that joke. After beating Brainiac, we take him back to our Earth and stick a thumb drive in his head to download some of Brainiac's data. I don't know, I really stopped caring at this point, but we've successfully defeated Brainiac, and the endgame is now completely open for us to beat. And for the remainder of the video, I'm going to be going through these trophies fairly quickly, because I've already wasted enough of my own time. There's no reason in wasting yours. Before I dived into the endgame, I backtracked to get all of the collectibles and complete all of the side mission content. The collectibles in this game consist of Riddler trophies, riddles, and AR challenges. If you played the Arkham trilogy, then you're familiar with this set of collectibles. This part of the platinum grind wasn't that bad and didn't really take that long. The AR challenges were by far the most fun I had for this collectible grind, and gives us 3 trophies based on the number of stars that we've earned by completing them. There are 40 trophies and 21 riddles throughout Metropolis. I found some of them on my own, but I ultimately looked up a guide to find the rest of the collectibles and got 4 more trophies. The side missions in this game are very repetitive. For example, you have to protect Ivy's plants 5 different times to get the trophy. There are 7 different characters that you have quest lines for. You'll get a trophy when you complete the final mission for each of their quest lines. Penguin, Gizmo, Poison Ivy, Rick Flag, Lex Luthor, Hack, and Toyman. Unfortunately for me, my game crashed several times when I was trying to complete these missions and completely bricked my save file, and I was unable to get the Lex Luthor trophy. I think the universe was trying to tell me something, but I just wasn't listening. After digging around on the internet for a fix, I found that if you use the chapter select feature on the main menu, it will re-enable the mission so you can complete it. During this time, I also got some miscellaneous trophies related to these vendors, which include having Penguin overhaul a weapon, having Ivy supercharge an elemental affliction, and having Hero elite a weapon. All of this basically means increasing the damage of your weapons. Now it's time to tackle the end game. Completing incursions on higher difficulties increase your finite crisis rank. This rank allows you to unlock new infamy sets based around iconic villains. For the base game, this meant the sets were based around Bane. In order to get all of these trophies, I would have to complete every mission at level 20 and earn 3 pieces of tier 3 gear. Here's the catch. I can't just go and complete level 20 if my gear is good enough. I have to earn the ability to play level 20, meaning I have to play level 1, 2, 3, all the way up to fucking 20. Over and over again for the same 3 missions. So after hours of grinding, I unlocked the trophies for completing level 5, level 10, level 15, level 20, and equipping 3 pieces of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 Bane infamy sets. During this part of the grind, I was also able to get Captain Boomerang to level 30, fully complete the combat flare checklist 5 times, unlock a villain synergy, get Deadshot to level 30, and complete 50 support squad contracts. And then I started cleaning up any remaining trophies that I had, where I finished 100 support squad contracts, reached level 30 with King Shark, defeated 10 Raising Hell hit squads, and I guess I didn't hit this exact button earlier in the game when I was getting my ass beat by Batman to get this trophy. The only thing that I had left was reaching squad level 50. This was another leveling system that you get after reaching any character to level 30. But because I was prioritizing getting every character to 30 for their respective trophies, I had very little progress on this made. So I took this opportunity to check out the seasonal content for the game and see what their updates were like. I played Season 1 and Season 4 to see what the content was like, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. Rocksteady allows you to play all previous seasonal content at any time and unlock all of their new characters for free. That is a big win. I wish more live service games would do that, so listen, I'm gonna give them praise. I know I've been giving a lot of shit during the review, but hey, you know, I'm gonna give you praise now. During this time when I was playing, I could see that they were actually trying to make the game better with their seasonal updates. Instead of doing the same repetitive missions that I've done 100 times, I would get new objectives like just kill 150 enemies. While it's simple, it's nice just to kill shit, have fun, and stress test your builds. I feel like this is like a core essential part of a looter shooter. And for anybody wondering, I know there's at least probably 2 people out there. Rocksteady did at least try to finish the narrative and make a conclusion to the story. That conclusion is that Brainiac kept all the Justice League members alive, and we've only just been killing their clones. Yay. I wish this was one of those Harley was having a wacky-ass dream in the asylum, but that's not what we're gonna get. After another 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, I finally reached squad level 50 and unlocked the Platinum Trophy. So my final thoughts on the game overall is that I can see what Rocksteady was trying to do with this game, however, it just simply doesn't work. While the gameplay and traversal is pretty fun, the missions are too repetitive, the story is terrible, and the live service model kills this game better than I killed the Justice League. My final rating for the game is a 5 out of 10. If you're looking for a fun looter shooter, just go play Destiny, Warframe, or Borderlands. There's plenty of other titles on the market that's going to be better than this if you have to pay for it. Now I'm going to go play Monster Hunter Wilds. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, well, hopefully PlayStation waits a while to release another poorly received game on PlayStation Plus for free so I don't have to review it. Oh, for fuck's sake.